I'm gonna try to do this video in relatively as close as possible to one take, kind of like the Matt Farah style, the smoking tire one take. It's gonna be tough. I got a new car and it's slightly emotional. It's very emotional for me because, and there's a story behind it. So I found this car on an auction website and I placed a bid the very first day of the auction on December 20th. December 20th, actually, my nephew was born, 13th niece or nephew, so yes, a big Irish Catholic family, but December 20th, placed a bid, and the bid was $24,248 for Kobe. I grew up watching the Lakers. I was a diehard Kobe fan, diehard Laker fan. I only picked up a basketball because of Kobe. I was at Kobe's 81-point game in person. I was at the second largest comeback in NBA history at the time against the Mavericks with Kobe and Shaq, 27 points down, entering the fourth at home against the Mavericks. I've been to Disneyland once in the past 20 years, and that was in high school. I think it was like 2009. Kobe was there. He used to go to my church. He was married at my church. My friend was the altar server at his wedding. It's just, it's everyone knows what happened. Yes, it is emotional. Anyway, I bid $24,248, obviously 24248, his numbers. And I put Kobe after the comment. And the auction website, by the way, was Cars and Bids. So Doug DeMuro, fellow YouTuber, slightly bigger, he started the channel, or started the Cars and Bids website back in 2021. I've been following Doug pretty often, actually almost every video, big video, relatively all the time since 2018. It's not OG, but more or less 2018, number of years. So I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to buy a car from Cars and Bids one day? I had an R8 at the time. So I sold the R8 actually back in October. And I didn't know what to get. I kept on, I had no idea. So I kept on going back and forth until I found this. And I got it on January 2nd. So it took a little bit of time to finally find the car. So the car that I got is a 2005 BMW E46 M3. That's a bad angle. Let me readjust here. And yes, this is the M3 that Zack Klappman from Smoking Tire with Matt Farah did a review on the Cars and Bids YouTube channel. So this is how the story went down. After I placed a bid on the very first day, the guy that outbid me placed a $25,000 bid. And he actually won the auction because it was a no reserve auction. So he barely, he won, but barely, right? So I texted my brother with a screenshot and I was like, damn, like I barely lost and I'm pretty bummed because obviously, look at the car, a lot of car for 25 grand. And anyway, I was pretty upset. I actually commented on the Cars and Bids YouTube video with Zack Klappman. And I was like, just place a bid of 24248 Kobe. And I have all the screenshots time-stamped and everything, but it's pretty ready. Anyway, I woke up the next day. I think the auction ended on December 27th. I think they emailed me in the morning of 28th or 29th, and they said, hey, the guy who won fell through. You're the next highest bidder. Do you want the car? Apologies about the dog barking. Do you want the car at the 24248 price? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, it was meant to be. Kobe for the win. So I got the car, and I'm pretty ecstatic. It's a factory 6-speed manual. I'll link the Cars and Bids video in the description below, but obviously that's a much better video than this, but I just wanted to show y'all the new car, the 19-inch CSL rims, the carbon fiber front lip with the black kidney grille. It's unfortunately not a slick top, but hey, can't win it all. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely no engine modifications, but it does have substantial handling modifications because the previous owner did the work. But yeah, so meant to be obviously very emotional because Kobe just going back, that Lakers game against the Mavericks, that fourth quarter comeback, that was actually my very first Lakers game of my entire life at Staples Center. Everyone wanted to leave, half the stadium emptied out, but it was my dad, my cousin Jenny, my cousin Kyle, my brother, and myself. And actually we were at a family dinner, and I was begging my dad to get home to be able to not miss the game. And for some reason, he just was like not caring at all. And then when we got in the car, he pulled out an envelope out of his suit jacket pocket, and inside were the Lakers tickets to the Mavericks game. So I went berserk. We ended up going to the game. Anyway, my godson, Wyatt, is a massive Lakers fan. Unfortunately, he's a lot younger to have experienced Kobe, but his first Laker game of his life was against the Celtics. I'll try to screenshot that box score, but also fourth quarter comeback, 2-point victory. Dallas was a 2-point victory, so that was really, really cool. And it's just kind of special. We actually had season tickets. My dad, very fortunate enough. They were nosebleeds, but I mean, hey, I was at the game all the time. And it was the season after the back-to-back championships with Powell and Kobe. So that was really, really cool. Actually, I always purposely went to the Warriors when they were in town, because actually Klay Thompson, shout out Klay, he actually went to my high school 2 years ahead of me. He was on the bench, and Steph was not Steph Curry as of today. So that was extra special. Wanted to support fellow SM alumni. But yeah, so I just, basketball is my thing, or at least was. And then Kobe was the reason for it. And it obviously emotional. I don't believe in coincidences. I think everything happens for a reason. So the fact that I won, a dream car, M3 E46, like definitely one of on the bucket list. The fact that I won this for $24,248 was very special. So. I was trying to make the video exactly 8 minutes for obvious reasons, but there's too many emotions coming back. A couple things. The first game, the Dallas Mavericks fourth quarter comeback. I was in actually a section PR8, so Kobe number. After the game, he was getting interviewed courtside. So my cousin Kyle and Jenny, my brother and I, we were yelling Kobe, but like all interchangeable. And then I was like, finally on three, 1, 2, 3, Kobe. And we were kids. And he looked up and he pointed, and that was the coolest moment. June 17th is my birthday, and if you can recall, June 17th, 2010, he won his 5th title with Powell, back-to-back, mind you. And I graduated high school in 2010, so that was pretty cool. The 81-point game, I was in a suite with, it was not mine, nothing to, my NJB teammate, his dad got tickets or something. We had a game that night, and we're like, Lakers game in a suite, like we're 12 or whatever, we're going to the game. And obviously before social media, so like no TikTok, no Instagram, no Snapchat, the iPhone didn't even exist, so like it was in the moment. I just remember the crowd, 60, 60, 70, 70. I mean, the place was absolutely blowing up. That Mavericks game, the 27-point comeback, my childhood friend and still friend to this day, Steve, was actually at the game. Didn't even know, because I don't even think texting was the thing. No, that couldn't have been a thing. It was like 03 or 04 or 02 or something. But that was surreal as well. Also, the June 17th, 2010, against the Celtics, icing on the cake. Godson Wyatt's first game, that comeback as well, against the Celtics, icing on the cake. So just too many memories of Kobe, and that's why it was extra special for the 24248 price that actually ended up being winning. Last bit of a couple memories. So Kobe got on the free throw line at the Toronto game, his 81-point game. So his 80 and 81st point was on the free throw line, and then he was subbed out in an absolute massive standing ovation. If you can recall, his last game of his career, 60-pointer, 2 points, 59 and 60 on the free throw line. So that was pretty cool. Also, the June 17th, 2010, I actually was listening on the radio to John Ireland when he announced the championship victory. And everyone's like, oh, why were you listening on the radio? Well, it was kind of cool because I grew up Chick Hearn days. So I would actually go to bed sometimes because, Laker games started at 7:30 p.m. as a kid, 10 o'clock at night ending late. Anyway, I had this little churn thing that has a radio, so I would tune in to the AM station for the Lakers games after I turned it off on the TV because my mom was like, go to bed. So I would listen and fall asleep to Chick Hearn calling the Lakers games right next to my pillow at night in my bed. And the fact that I heard John Ireland announce the June 17th victory, that was pretty rad. Also, Kobe had the ball at the very end of the game, at the far end of the court when the time expired. Anyway, enough of this. I'm going to go. But I hope you enjoyed the video. But Kobe.